and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs kick off a 6-game road trip with 3 games in Pittsburgh, followed by 3 games in Milwaukee against the Brewers. The Cubs are still waiting on word of the Bryce Harper injury today. However, we expect any time to get a answer on what that's going to look like. So for today, in the lineup, we are going to see Lance McCullers will be on the mound for the Cubs. He is making start number 2 with a 1-0 record, 3.18 ERA, 194 WHIP. McCullers will be supported by a lineup of Paradas, Horner, Rizzo, Springer, Santana, Correa, Tauschman, who will be playing right field today, Fegley doing the catching, and the pitcher McCullers batting 9th. For the Pirates, Danny Salazar is going to be on the mound. He is making start number 2 with an 0-1 record, ERA of 27 and a 4.71 WHIP. The Pirates lineup today will include Newman, Bell, Reynolds, Polanco, Caratini, Hayes, Riddle, Martin, and Salazar, the pitcher, batting 9th. It is 44 degrees today in Pittsburgh, and the wind is blowing out to right at 9 mph. And the Pirates now are taking the field to face off with the Cubs. First game of 3 here in Pittsburgh. 1-1 count. The Cubs coming in first place in the Central with a record of 4-2. Facing off with the Pirates, who have a reciprocal record of 2-4. Now, Salazar is on the mound, facing off with Paradas. And with a 1-1 count, he is looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And Paradas is going to pop that one up down the right field line. Heading over and making the catch is the right fielder Polanco for out number 1. Next up, Niko Horner, 1 out, nobody on. Salazar facing Horner with a 2-1 count. And a pop up to left this time. Coming in fast is the left fielder. And he will make the catch, Reynolds, for out number 2. Rizzo, the next batter, with 2 outs and nobody on. Salazar facing Rizzo with a 1-2 count. And Rizzo is going to swing and miss at a changeup for strike 3. So the Cubs going down in order. We go down to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 ball game. Kevin Newman leading off against Lance McCullers here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 count as McCullers looking for the sign. Here is the stretch and the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. McCullers getting him with the changeup. And now Bell is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Josh Bell waiting for the full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. McCullers, with 2 strikeouts now, faces Brian Reynolds. 2 outs and nobody on. 3-0 count. McCullers looking to deliver the pitch. And that is ball 4 high, so the 4-pitch walk puts a runner on first, and Greg Polanco is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a full count, and ball 4 is issued. So McCullers, after striking out the first 2 batters, has now walked the next 2 batters, and that'll bring up former Cub Victor Caratini. With 2 outs, 2 men on. Bottom of the first inning. And Caratini's going to ground it to second. Horner has it, throws over to first, and that'll be out number 3. So the Cubs work their way out of the jam. As the Pirates strand 2, we go to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Springer facing Salazar here in the top of the second inning. 1 strike count. Salazar with the pitch, and Springer drives that one into center field. The center fielder's going back, and Martin makes the running catch for the first out of the inning. Nice defensive play there on a hard hit ball to straightaway center field. Danny Santana now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Batting from the left side with a 2-1 count. And there's a drive into left field. That's going to be a 1-out single. Santana stops at first, and that'll put a runner on base as Carlos Correa comes up. Santana facing Salazar, or Santana on first with Correa facing Salazar. Here in the top of the second inning, 2-strike count, and Correa lines that one past the shortstop into left field again. This is going to be back-to-back singles for the Cubs with 1 out. And now, the next batter is Mike Tauschman. So Tauschman comes up with 2 men on and 1 out in the top of the 2nd inning. And we are going to be having Tauschman swing away. However, we're going to be looking for a situation to do the run and hit. So Salazar, first pitch. Here it comes. And there is strike 1 on a slider. So now we'll do the run and hit. Hopefully getting a fastball here for Tauschman. Here comes the pitch. The runners go. The throw goes down to second. The slide. And it's not in time. So the Cubs pull off the double steal. And now there are runners on second and third with 1 out. And Tauschman still batting. 1-1 count. Here is the next pitch to Tauschman, and he pops that one up to left field. This is going to be shallow. The catch is made. The runner tags up to try to go home. The slide, and he is safe. So the stolen base helps the Cubs manufacture a run, and now the sacrifice fly gives Tauschman his first RBI of the season. Fegley now batting with 2 outs and the runner on second. Cubs have just taken a 1-0 lead. And here is the pitch as Fegley takes the intentional walk, and he's going to walk down to first. McCullers now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Salazar facing McCullers with a 1-strike count. And a ground ball toward short, picked up in short left field and flipped over to second to end the inning. So the fielder's choice causes the Cubs to strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 2nd inning now, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Hayes facing McCullers here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, leading off for the Pirates with a 1-ball count. McCullers looking to deliver the pitch. And there's a liner past the second baseman into right field. That'll be a leadoff single for Cabrian Hayes. He stops at first, and that'll bring up Riddle. And this is going to be a situation where we're going to go ahead and throw over to first and keep Hayes close. So there's the throw, not in time, chasing the runner back. And now Riddle is facing McCullers with a full count. And strike 3 is called. So McCullers getting his 3rd strikeout of the game. And now Jason Martin is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Here is the first pitch. And a liner into center field. That's going to be another base hit. The runner on second is going for third. The throw goes over to third, and Hayes is going to be safe. So Springer's throw is just a little bit late, and the Pirates now have runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The pitcher Salazar is the next batter. So McCullers really needs to bear down and get Salazar out right here. Here is the pitch, and the bunt is laid down. The catcher has it. He throws over to first, and that is going to be out number 2. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a squeeze play. If it was, the runner on third decided not to advance. So now Newman is the batter with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Cubs up by 1. Kevin Newman facing McCullers with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Newman strikes out to end the inning. 4 strikeouts on the day for McCullers, and the score remains 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. Paradas leading off for the Cubs here in the top of the 3rd inning, facing Salazar with a 3-0 count. There is ball 4, and Paradas is going to parade down to first with a base on balls. Horner now the batter. Nobody out, 1 man on. Salazar facing Horner. Full count pitch. And a ground ball to short. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that'll be a 6-4-3 double play. So the Cubs are doubled up, and now Rizzo is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Salazar facing Rizzo with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a drive, deep right field, going back toward the wall and looking up to watch it leave as Polanco watches the home run head into the 4th row, 362 feet down the right field line. And Rizzo has just put the Cubs up 2-0. So now Springer is the batter against Salazar with 2 outs and nobody on. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, full count. Springer waiting for the pitch. And a drive into the gap in left center field. That one could be. It just clears the fence for a double. They're saying that's a ground rule double. It looked like it might have cleared, but apparently it was on one hop that it went over the fence. So, a 2-out extra base hit for George Springer brings up Danny Santana. With 2 outs, 1 man on, Salazar facing Santana with a 1-strike count. And there's a grounder towards second. The second baseman dives, he has it. He throws to first, and that excellent defensive effort will end the inning. So the Cubs score once on this Rizzo home run. We're going to the bottom of the third of a 2-0 ball game. Bell facing McCullers, leading off for the Pirates in the bottom of the third inning. 1-ball count. Here's the pitch from McCullers, and there's a grounder to first. Rizzo has it. Steps on the base, and that is out number 1. Reynolds now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. McCullers working with a 3-0 count. And the pitch, that is way inside. It is ball 4. Reynolds had to dive out of the way of that one. And now Polanco is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Here is the 1-ball count and the pitch from McCullers. That's a liner into left field. Playing it on the hop is Santana. He throws it directly over to third. However, that is going to be a 1-out single, as the Pirates now have runners on first and second with 1 out. Caratini is the next batter for the Pirates. McCullers working with a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder to third. Paradas has it. He steps on the base, fires it across the diamond, and that is a 5-3 double play to end the inning. Nice decision making right there by Paradas to step on the base to get the lead runner and fire across the infield to complete the double play. We're going to the top of the fourth now. It is a 2-0 Cub lead. Correa facing Salazar here in the top of the fourth inning. Full count, waiting for the payoff pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Correa swings and misses at the fastball. Apparently he did not hear the garbage cans on that one. So Tauschman now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Salazar working with another full count. Here comes the pitch to Tauschman. And that is low. It is ball 4. Tauschman gets the free pass, and he heads down to first as Josh Fegley comes up. 1 out, 1 man on. Fegley facing Salazar. 1-ball count. And a liner into center field. Coming in fast is the center fielder Martin, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Lance McCullers is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on first. McCullers facing Salazar with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Cubs strand a runner, and it is a 2-0 Chicago lead. Hayes is going to lead off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the fourth inning against McCullers. 1-strike count. McCullers looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. Liner into right center field. That one's going all the way to the wall. Going to be extra bases for Cabrian Hayes. He rounds first, heading for second. He is going to slide in safely with a leadoff double in the bottom of the fourth inning. So McCullers giving up the leadoff extra base hit, which will bring up Riddle. McCullers working with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch to Riddle, and a pop-up to right. Coming in is Tauschman toward the line. He makes the catch, and that is out number 1. So Riddle is solved for the 1st out of the inning. Next up is Jason Martin. 1 out, 1 man on. Pirates down by 2. Here comes the pitch. Pop up to center. This time Springer coming in. He has a line on it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Salazar, the pitcher, now is the batter. 2 outs, runner on second. Salazar 0 for 1 today. Here's the 2-2 pitch from McCullers. Looking for the sign. And the delivery. And strike 3 is called. So McCullers rings him up with the curveball. And now we go to the top of the 5th inning. Still 2-0 Cubs. And Chad Keel, is going to be the new pitcher for the Pirates. He has thrown 4 1/3 innings of 3-hit, 1-run baseball with 3 strikeouts and an ERA of 2.08 this season. He is going to face the Cubs leadoff hitter, Isaac Paradas, here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-ball count, Paradas waiting for the pitch. And a drive into short left field. Coming in is the left fielder, Reynolds, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Niko Horner now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. 1 ball count as Horner waits for the pitch. And a grounder towards second. Second baseman has it, throwing over to first. That is going to be out number 2. Anthony Rizzo now the batter. He hit his second home run of the season earlier in this game. He is now facing Cool with 2 outs and a 2 ball count. And here is the pitch. And Rizzo pops it up this time to short right field. Coming in is Polanco, and he makes the running catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 2-0 Cub lead. McCullers facing the top of the Pirates lineup for the 3rd time today. Kevin Newman 0 for 2. Stepping in against McCullers. There's a full count. Payoff pitch on the way. McCullers delivering. And there's a grounder to second. Horner has it. He throws quickly over to first, and they get the runner by a step for the first out of the inning. Josh Bell now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Bell. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a cutter. Nice pitch by McCullers there to record his 6th strikeout of the game. And now Brian Reynolds is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on base. Here's the 2 ball count. And Reynolds grounds it back toward the mound. The shortstop gets it, but Correa does not throw over to first as the speedy Reynolds beats it out for an infield single. Gregory Polanco now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 2 strike count, and Polanco swings and misses at a ball. That pitch was way off the plate, but strikeout number 7 for McCullers. Credit him with a nice location for the pitch that no way that the batter could hit it. And now we're going to the top of the 6th inning of a 2-0 contest. George Springer facing Chad Kuhl, coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-1 is the count. Springer waiting for the pitch. Liner past the first baseman into right field. This is going to be a leadoff single for Springer. He stops at first. And now the next batter is going to be Santana. Santana 1 for 2 today. Facing Kuhl with nobody out. Runner on first. Springer, not exactly a threat on the base paths. And he is going to wait it out to see what Santana does. Here's a 1 ball count, and Santana's going to line that one down the right field line again. This one gets all the way into the corner. Going to be extra bases for Santana. Throw goes to the cutoff man. Santana has a stand-up double as Springer advances to 3rd. And now the Cubs are threatening, trying to score some insurance runs here in the 6th inning. Carlos Correa now the batter. He is 1 for 2 today. Facing Kuhl with 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a 1-2 count. The infield's drawn in, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Correa goes down swinging at the changeup, which brings up Mike Tauschman. With 2 men on and 1 out in the 6th, here is the first pitch to Mike Tauschman. And that is ball 4 as the intentional walk is issued. And now Fegley is the next batter. Kuhl facing Fegley with 1 out and the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th. Here is the first pitch to Fegley, and he's going to line that one to the shortstop. The throw comes home, but no relay to first as the hustling Fegley beats it out. So the Cubs do not score. The 2nd out is recorded, but the bases are still loaded, and Lance McCullers now is the batter. Kuhl facing McCullers with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. How many pitches has McCullers thrown? He's thrown 82 pitches. He deserves to go out and throw another inning. We're going to go ahead and let McCullers pitch. And Kuhl will face McCullers with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Here's a 2-1 count. McCullers waiting for the pitch. There it comes. And a pop-up to left center field. Coming in is the center fielder, Martin. He gets under it, makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score despite loading the bases. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 2-0 ball game. So McCullers is going to face the lower half of the Pirates lineup in the lower half of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Pirates is Victor Caratini, who is 0 for 2 today. Here is the first pitch to Caratini as McCullers gets the sign. And a pop-up to right. Tauschman heading toward the line. He gets under it and make the catch for out number 1. Next up, Cabrian Hayes. 1 out, nobody on. McCullers working with a 2-strike count. Here is the pitch to Hayes. And a liner over the first baseman's head down the right field line. This time Tauschman cuts it off, gets it into the cutoff man. That'll be a one-out single as Hayes stops at first. And that will cause a reliever to get up in the Cub bullpen. And we are going to see in the, let's see here, if we have to bring somebody in the 6th inning, it's going to be Junior Fernandez. If we got to bring somebody in to bail us out of the 6th, it's going to be Junior Fernandez. So we're going to visit the mound. McCullers says, I'm not tired at all. Let me pitch. He's acting like a 3-year-old at nap time. So Fernandez is warming up, and now McCullers facing Riddle with 1 out, 1 man on. Here is the first pitch to Riddle. McCullers delivering, and a pop-up, high fly ball to center field. Getting under it is Springer. He makes the catch for out number 2. Martin now the batter, facing McCullers with 2 outs and 1 man on. Jason Martin waiting for the 3-1 pitch. McCullers delivers, and there's a liner into right field. I believe that's going to be played on a hop. Tauschman gets it back in quickly. The runner goes from first to third, and now the Pirates are threatening. The tying run is on base, and a pinch hitter is going to come up, which is Jose Osuna. So Osuna facing McCullers with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Fernandez is warming up. He is not ready yet. Let's throw over to first and see if we can pick off the runner at first. The throw goes over. There's the quick tag, and he is safe. And Fernandez is still warming up, so we haven't wasted enough time yet. McCullers is going to pitch to Osuna here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Cub lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a line drive into center field coming in as Springer, and he makes the running catch to end the inning. So the Cubs escape that jam. The Pirates leave 2 men on, and we go to the top of the 7th inning of a 2-0 ball game. So now Fernandez is going to sit down. Paradas is going to face a new Pirate reliever, David Bednar, here in the top of the 7th inning. Bednar has thrown 2 2/3 innings of 4-hit 3-run baseball with 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and an ERA of 10.13. Paradas 0 for 2 today, waiting for the 3-0 pitch. Bednar looking for the sign and delivers ball 4, so Paradas heads down to first. And now the Cubs have the leadoff man on base as Niko Horner is the batter. And Horner is going to be asked to lay down a sacrifice right here. So let's see if he can execute the bunt. Bednar facing Horner. And there's the bunt attempt. The ball is out in front of the plate, and the catcher throws to first, so that's the first out of the inning. The runner, Paradas, is sacrificed over to second, and now Rizzo is the batter. With 1 out, runner in scoring position. Bednar facing Rizzo. Here comes the pitch. And they're going to intentionally walk Rizzo as he heads down to first, setting up the double play and bringing up George Springer. Springer 2 for 3 today, facing Bednar with 1 out, 2 men on in the top of the 7th inning. Cubs looking for some insurance runs. Here's a 1-strike pitch, and that's going to be a pop-up to left, shallow left field, and Springer flies out for the 2nd out of the inning. Now is Danny Santana. He is also 2 for 3 today. He's facing Bednar from the left side with 2 outs and 2 runners still on base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Santana. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Santana goes down swinging to end the inning. The Cubs leaves 2. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here in Pittsburgh in a 2-0 ball game. So now Junior Fernandez is ready to come into this game. And we are going to warm up. Let's see here. Are we going to warm up Patterson or Skubal? We're going to warm up Patterson in the event that we get down to Gregory Polanco in this inning. So Fernandez is going to come in, and he will be the new pitcher of record for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fernandez has thrown 2 2/3 innings, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a 6.75 ERA. He's going to face Newman, Bell, and Reynolds here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Fernandez working with a 2-2 count and looking to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 1 of the day for Junior Fernandez. And now Josh Bell is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Bell facing Fernandez with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. And a check swing, strike 3. So Fernandez has 2 strikeouts, and now the Pirates send up Reynolds with 2 outs and nobody on. Fernandez facing Reynolds with a 1-1 count. Here is the next pitch. And a grounder toward first. Rizzo stabs it right down the line. He steps on the base and ends the inning. So the Pirates do not score. We're going to the top of the 8th of a 2-0 Cub lead. And now we're going to sit down Patterson because the 8th inning is going to go... The 8th inning is going to go to Birdie in this situation. So, well, Birdie just threw 17 pitches yesterday. I'm not sure that that's the best possible plan. We're going to sit down Birdie, and instead, we're going to, we'll warm up Joe Jimenez instead. All right, so Jimenez is going to warm up. He is going to be ready to come in to the bottom of the 8th inning. Now, Correa is going to face David Bednar here in the top of the 8th, leading off for the Cubs. Correa 1 for 3 today. Here's a 1-2 count, and here's the pitch. And Correa swings and misses for strike 3. That was a fastball at 94. And now Mike Tauschman is the batter. Bednar facing Tauschman with 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. And a pop-up on the infield. Tauschman pops it up to the third baseman, who puts it away for out number 2. Next up is the catcher Fegley, and he's going to face a new Pirate reliever. This is Blake Cedarland. Cedarland has thrown 2 innings, allowed no walks, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of exactly 0. So Fegley, next batter in the inning, coming up with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Josh Fegley. Cedarland looking for the sign and delivering the pitch, and Fegley grounds it over to first. Josh Bell has it, steps on the base to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. They go down in order. We are going to the bottom of the 8th of a 2-0 Cub lead. And now Jimenez is ready to come in, and we are going to put Jimenez, he's just going to go right into that number 9 spot. And with Jimenez in the game, we're going to warm up, we're going to warm up Patterson, who I know was already up once. Yeah, he's ready. And we're going to warm up Edwin Diaz in the event that he should be needed to get through the 8th inning. So Patterson is going to sit back down. He's already warmed up and ready. Now, Jimenez is going to face Polanco, Caratini, and Hayes here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-0 Cub lead. Here's the full count pitch from Joe Jimenez. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Jimenez strikes him out. That's out number 1. And now Jimenez facing Caratini with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-2 count. Jimenez delivering. And there's a drive into the gap in right center field. That's going to be off the wall. An extra base hit for Caratini. He's going to cruise into second with a 1-out double. So Caratini in scoring position, which brings up the next batter, Cabrian Hayes. Hayes is 3 for 3 today. He comes up against Jimenez with 1 out and 1 man on, and we're going to get Patterson back up, because if we get to the lefty Riddle, we're definitely bringing in Patterson in this inning. So Jimenez facing Hayes with a runner on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch and a drive into the gap in right center field, the exact same place as the last base hit. That's going to drive in the run as Caratini rounds third and heads home. Back-to-back doubles for the Pirates have made this a 2-1 ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning. And now, the next batter is Riddle, and we're going to visit the mound. Everybody's ready to come in, and Patterson will be brought in to face Riddle with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Patterson has thrown 3 1/3 innings, allowed 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of 2.70. And we're going to sit down Diaz because we don't want him to get tired. So Patterson is brought in to face the next 2 lefties here in the Pirate lineup. Here is a full count pitch from Patterson. Looking for the sign, delivering the pitch. There's a check swing and a walk. Man, that had to have been close. So the walk is issued, and Riddle heads down to first, and now Martin is the batter with 1 out and runners on first and second. Patterson facing Jason Martin, who is 2 for 3 today, in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here is the pitch. And a liner down the left field line. That's going to tie up the ball game. Santana cuts it off. He throws home. The runner comes home, and he is safe. And now we have a 2-2 tie in the bottom of the 8th inning as Patterson allows the RBI single to Jason Martin. And now Patterson is going to face Colin Moran with 1 out and 2 men on here in the bottom of the 8th. Pirates have rallied to tie this game. Patterson still has not recorded an out here in the 8th inning. We're going to get Diaz back up, because if Patterson doesn't get Moran out, then Diaz will be brought in next. So Patterson working with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The throw goes down to third, and the runner is out on the steal attempt. So nice throw by Josh Fegley, throwing out Riddle, attempting to steal third. And the strike him out, throw him out, double play ends the inning. We're going to the top of the 9th. This is a 2-2 tie here in Pittsburgh. And now Patterson is the batter leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. However, this is going to be a pinch hitter, which is going to be... The pinch hitter is going to be Malik Smith. So the lefty Smith is brought in to pinch hit and face the righty Michael Feliz here in the top of the 9th. Smith is 1 for 3 with an RBI on the season. He is facing Feliz to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. Michael Feliz has not gotten into a game yet this season. This is his first appearance. So, a 1-1 count, and here is the pitch to Malik Smith. And there's a pop-up to right field. Coming in is the right fielder, and Polanco puts it away for out number 1. Next up is Paradas with 1 out, nobody on. Paradas 0 for 2 today, facing the pitcher, and there's a liner up the middle. That's a base hit, so Paradas has a 1-out single as he stops at first. So the Cubs have the go-ahead runner on base, and Horner now facing Feliz with 1 out and 1 man on. Feliz is pretty good at holding runners. However, Caratini is average arm and ability behind the plate. So we're not going to try to steal with Paradas, but we may very well try a run and hit. Let's see what the first pitch is to Horner. And there's a foul tip off of a slider for strike 1. What is the next pitch to Horner? It is a pop-up to center field. The center fielder is coming in. He puts it away for out number 2. So Paradas still at first, and now Rizzo the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. The shift is on for the Pirates. Full count. And there's a liner right at the first baseman to end the inning. If there hadn't already been 2 outs, Paradas would have been doubled off first easily. So the inning is over. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. It is still a 2-2 tie. And now Edwin Diaz is going to be the new pitcher for the Cubs. He is going to try to preserve the tie here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Diaz facing Newman. The Pirates' leadoff hitter is leading off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Diaz working with a 1-1 count. And here is the pitch. And a drive into center field going back as Springer, and he makes the catch for out number 1. That was a well-hit ball. Springer reacted well and put it away for out number 1. Next up is Bell with 1 out, nobody on. Diaz facing Bell with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. A grounder towards second. Horner has it. Picks it up, throws over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Next up is Brian Reynolds with 2 outs and nobody on. Reynolds 1 for 2 today. Facing Diaz with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch and a liner right at the third baseman Paradas. He reaches out and reels it in to end the inning. The Pirates go down in order. We're going to extra innings at a 2-2 tie here at Pittsburgh. And George Springer is going to lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 10th inning. Springer facing Feliz with a 2-strike count. Here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Springer strikes out to lead off the inning, bringing up Danny Santana. Santana is 2 for 4 today. He's facing Feliz with 1 out and nobody on. Here comes the 1-strike pitch to Santana, and he lines that one into left field. I believe that's going to drop in for a base hit. So Santana stops at first with a single, and now Correa is the batter. Santana over on first is a threat to steal. Feliz is still pretty good at throwing out, at holding base runners. So let's see how this at-bat plays out. First pitch to Correa. That is a fastball, and that is strike 1. So with a 1-strike count, maybe Feliz will waste a pitch here. We're going to try to steal second with Santana. Oh, there's the pickoff throw. Apparently they were listening to me down there in the Pirates dugout. Well, let's try to steal second again, see what happens. There's the pitch. The runner is going. The slide, and Santana is out at second base. So Caratini has thrown out 2 of 5 base runners in this game, or in this season. Correa now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Feliz facing Correa with a 1-1 count, and Correa fouls it off for the second strike of this at-bat. And now we are going to go ahead and see the result of this at-bat, which is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So, the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 10th of a 2-2 ball game. Diaz facing Polanco, and we are going to warm up another reliever, because if we get that far, Tariq Skubal will be brought into pitch for the Cubs. If we get down to Riddle, we're going to be bringing in Skubal to bail out Diaz. So, Diaz facing Polanco with a 2-2 count. Diaz looking for the sign, delivering the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Polanco swings and misses at the high hard one. And that brings up Caratini with 1 out and nobody on. Diaz facing Caratini with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Diaz has recorded strikeout number 2 of the inning. Hayes is the next batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 10th inning. Cabrian Hayes is 4 for 4 today. He's facing Diaz with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Diaz strikes out the side. So we're going to the top of the 11th of a 2-2 tie. And now, the next Pirate pitcher is going to be Scott Alexander. He has thrown 1 inning, allowed 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 1, and has an ERA of 36. So, Alexander facing Mike Tauschman here in the top of the 11th inning. Tauschman is 0 for 1 today. Excuse me. And do we have... No, we don't really have a good... No, that's not going to work. All right, so Tauschman facing Alexander. Skubal is ready. He's going to be pitching in the bottom of the 11th inning, by the way. So Alexander facing Tauschman, leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 11th. Full count. Tauschman is waiting for the pitch. And that is inside for ball 4. So Tauschman draws the walk, and it brings up Josh Fegley. Fegley is going to be asked to lay down a bunt right here. He is going to be, oh gosh, he isn't really very good at laying down bunts. However, he's also dirt slow. So we're just going to lay down the bunt and see what happens here. Fegley facing Alexander. 11th inning. The bunt is laid down, goes right back to the mound. They throw it to second and get the lead runner. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. So now Diaz is the batter. But this is where we are going to use a pinch hitter. And the pinch hitter is going to be the catcher, Miguel Amaya. And he is going to be batting for the Cubs with 1 out and 1 man on in the top of the 11th inning. The runner at first is Fegley, and I feel like I would really like to pinch run for him. And that's what Jambrioni is for. So he is going to be brought in as a pinch runner for Fegley over at first. Alexander, like all these Pirate pitchers it seems, is actually pretty good at holding runners. So we're not necessarily going to be looking to steal. However, I definitely want to stay out of the double play. So with 1 out, top of the 11th inning, runner on first, Cubs trying to break this 2-2 tie. And here's the 1-ball pitch to Miguel Amaya. And a grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to second, the relay to first, and we get the 1-6-3 double play. So that ends the inning. We're going down to the bottom of the 11th of a 2-2 tie. And now Skubal is going to be brought in. So Miguel Amaya will stay in the game to catch. And Skubal is going to come into the number 8 spot and pitch. So Skubal, being that he has experience as a starter, is definitely going to be potentially called on for multiple innings here in this extra inning contest. He is going to face a pinch hitter, Domingo Leyba, here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Leyba facing Skubal with a 2-2 count. And Skubal delivering the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Skubal strikes out Leyba to lead off the inning. Next up is Jason Martin with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count. Skubal delivering the pitch. And there's a liner into right. Coming in fast is Tauschman. He dives and makes the catch for out number 2. Nice defensive effort by Mike Tauschman to rob a base hit right there. And next up is Jacob Stallings. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the 11th with 2 outs and nobody on. Skubal facing Stallings with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. And a big swing and a miss for strike 3. So Skubal retires the Pirates in order. We go to the top of the 12th of a 2-2 ball game. Paradas is going to face the new Pirate reliever, David Buchanan, here in the top of the 12th with a 3 1/3 innings thrown. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 2.70 ERA. Buchanan's been pretty effective so far this year. He is going to face the top of the Cub lineup in the top of the 12th inning. Paradas facing Buchanan with a full count. Buchanan looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And a check swing, strike 3. So Buchanan rings him up with a fastball at 97 to lead off the inning. Next up is Niko Horner. 1 out and nobody on. Horner 0 for 4 today. Waiting for the 1-ball pitch. Buchanan delivering. And there's a grounder toward the third baseman. Picked up and thrown over to first. And the speedy Horner is going to beat it out for an infield single. So Horner on base now. And facing off with Buchanan is the lefty Anthony Rizzo. With 1 out and 1 man on. Rizzo trying to help break this tie here in the 12th inning. Here is the first pitch to Anthony Rizzo. And he's going to drive that one into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Horner actually had to stop because he thought the right fielder Polanco might get to it, but he played it on a hop. And now the Cubs have got something going. They've got runners on first and second with 1 out in the 12th inning. And George Springer is the batter. Springer facing Buchanan. He is 2 for 5 today. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Springer. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Springer strikes out for the second out of the inning. And Danny Santana is the batter. Santana is 3 for 5 today. He's going to face Buchanan. with 2 outs and 2 men on here in the 12th inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Santana, and he pops that one up deep right field, going back. He's going to run out of room. Danny Santana with a 3-run home run in the 12th inning, giving the Cubs a 5-2 lead. Danny Santana, 348 feet, just clearing the wall into the first row of seats in the right field line. So now Carlos Correa is the batter, and he will face the Pirates' Hector Noisy here in the top of the 12th inning. With 2 outs and nobody on, Santana just come through huge with his 2nd home run of the season. Correa facing Noisy, who has thrown 5 1/3 innings of 1 walk, 4 strikeout baseball. Here is a 2-0 count and the pitch to Correa. And there's a grounder to first. Bell has it. He flips to the pitcher covering, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs score 3 times on the home run off the bat of Danny Santana. We're going to the bottom of the 12th of a 5-2 ball game. And Skubal is going to come out and try to close out this game for the Cubs. He's going to face the top of the Pirates lineup. Kevin Newman leading off here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Full count from Skubal. Here comes the pitch. And strike 3 is called. Man, that looked like it was outside, but the umpire rings him up for the first out of the inning. 3 strikeouts in the game for Skubal, and now Miguel Amaya is the batter. Miguel Amaya is the catcher. Josh Bell is the batter against Skubal with 1 out and nobody on. Full count pitch, Skubal delivering, and a liner up the middle. That's going to be a 1-out single. Bell stopping at first after a big wide turn. So the Pirates now have a runner on first with 1 out, and Brian Reynolds the batter. Skubal looking like he might be a little bit gassed out there on the mound. We're going to have to warm up somebody. It's going to be Birdie in the event that Skubal cannot get out of this inning. So we visit the mound. He hit a speed bump, and now he's accelerating again. Wow, that's quite the analogy there, Mr. Tariq. So Birdie is warming up. Skubal facing Reynolds with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the 3-1 count and the pitch to Reynolds. And that is way inside for ball 4. So the Pirates now have 2 men on in the bottom of the 12th inning. And the tying run comes to the plate in Gregory Polanco. And Skubal facing Polanco with 1 out and 2 men on here in the 12th. Here is the pitch from Skubal. 2 strikes is the count. Looking for the sign. And delivering. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a fastball at 95 for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Birdie is ready. And he is going to come in to face Caratini and potentially knock down this save against his former team. So Birdie is going to have to... We're going to actually do a double switch, because we absolutely cannot afford to burn a pitcher for 1 batter. And Adrianza is going to come in and play shortstop. So now with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the bottom of the 12th inning, Birdie is going to face Caratini, who will turn around to bat from the left side. Caratini 1 for 5 today, facing Birdie, the man he was traded for a season ago. With 2 outs, 2 men on in the bottom of the 12th inning. Cubs up by 3. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Caratini. Birdie looking for the sign. The stretch and the delivery, and a pop-up on the infield. Going back is Horner. He's going to put it away to end the game. So the Cubs are victorious, 5-2 in 12 innings. Cubs getting 5 runs on 11 hits with no errors. The Pirates getting 2 runs on 11 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Danny Santana. He managed to go 4 for 6 with scoring twice, getting 3 RBIs, and hitting his 2nd home run of the season. The Cubs' Tariq Skubal gets the 2nd win of the season. He goes to 2-0. Patterson is actually credited with a blown save. Skubal threw an inning and 2/3 of one hit, one walk baseball with 4 strikeouts, and then Nick Birdie came in and recorded his first save of the season, getting the final out of this ball game. The Pirates' Buchanan, giving up the 3-run home run to Santana that was the difference in the ball game, he suffers the loss, dropping to 0-1. So the Cubs improved to 5-2, while the Pirates dropped to 2-5. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.